So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things to consider in this offseason, especially with the cap and how many positions they need to fill. Is there another Julio in this year's draft that you think the Falcons could go after, or a younger Ryan in the mix down the road?
Well, I mean, that's the good thing about kind of needing everything, right? You can take whatever the best player available is.
Best guy available.
I'd say honestly, there were probably listen, you're not going to draft a long snapper. You're not going to draft a kicker in the first round. You're not going to draft a punter in the first round. By the way, they need a punter too, potentially. Maybe they'll re-sign Thomas Morstead. But you look at it and they could take any position, I would say probably outside of safety, because I think they're in a pretty decent spot at safety with Jalen Hawkins and Richie Grant as their likely starting safeties next year. Maybe they bring back an Eric Harris or Deron Harmon or sign another veteran in free agency. Like, I don't think you'll go first round pick there, but if that's the best player on the board, they could, and then move Richie Grant elsewhere. That's the amazing thing about all of it. If they wanted to go corner, well, you need somebody opposite A.J. Terrell. You need linebackers. They desperately need edge rushers. I mean, Dante Fowler is their leading sacker at 4.5 sacks. He's the only edge rusher on their team currently who has more than one sack this season. Like, that tells you where they are in terms of pass rush. Offensive line needs some major help. Receiver, we touched on it earlier. You got 2 receivers under contract for next year right now. And running back, who knows what they'll do with Mike Davis. Cordero Patterson is an unrestricted free agent. Quadri Olison's back on the team, but you still maybe need somebody there. And then quarterback, obviously, who knows what's going to happen with Matt Ryan long-term. I would think maybe they wouldn't go quarterback unless they kind of make the decision to move on from Matt Ryan, which I don't think they'll do. But hey, at this point, anything's on the table. So literally they could go anywhere. And that's kind of the beauty of their situation is Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith can literally look at their board, whatever pick they take, say, that's the top guy, and just slide the card right over. Or because they kind of need everything, maybe trade down if there's an option. Again, this is way in the weeds or way too early. and maybe trade and get another pick or two to help facilitate this kind of rebooting that they need to do. And, you know, then you can take maybe 2 guys that are in the top 10 of what you're looking at on your board at that time. Who knows what this will look like, but they have those options because of what, frankly, they're dealing with on their roster right now and the salary cap issues that they've had.